You mentioned that there were some good
Mhm.
books and some good movies to understand India. Obviously, a couple of your books that you've mentioned top that list. But are there any other ones that we should be adding to our list to go and away and watch or read?
So let me start with the movies piece because I suspect movies are perhaps a more enjoyable way to get plugged into India. So if you want to sort of relatively, what should I say, a sedate start to learning about India, start with Attenborough's Gandhi. I think it was made in 1982. It won lots of Oscars in 1982, and it's about the father of the father. It's about Mahatma Gandhi, the man we call the father of the nation. So I think this is Richard Attenborough is the British director, and Gandhi is a kind of seminal movie which explains the foundation of India. Then, if you want to pick up the pace and come to sort of modern day India relatively quickly, there are two movies. It's a part one and part two. It's called Gangs of Wasipur. Gangs of Wasipur. Extremely exciting movies on how the mafia functions in India. Right. This is basically our equivalent to the Godfather One, Godfather Two. Unfortunately, part three wasn't made, but Gangs of Wasipur part one and part two, a lot of fun. Anybody who has quaint ideas about India being the land of mystics and yoga and meditation, I think they'll be in for a rude shock when they watch the Gangs of Wasipur. This is a full on high intensity growing economy, and then if you want to sort of develop your knowledge on India using books, I would say read V.S. Naipaul's India: A Million Mutinies Now. V.S. Naipaul's India: A Million Mutinies Now, written in 1989, but I think the best book ever written on the country. It feels like it was written yesterday morning. He captures the aspirations and the kind of sheer spirit and punch of the people really, really well. V.S. Naipaul, India: A Million Mutinies Now. Then you can move on to Ram Guha's India After Gandhi. That's more about the development of the politics and how democracy developed in India. And for a more irreverent look at India, read James Crabtree. James Crabtree was the former FT correspondent in India. James Crabtree's Billionaire Raj. That's a more irreverent look at some of the richest and most powerful people in the country. But I think you as Australians, you're the country from where, say, titans like Rupert Murdoch have hailed. I don't think you'll be surprised at any of this, and all of this will give you a pretty realistic picture of what's happening in this vast economy.